What's happening, everybody? It is Thursday night. Time for another episode of Thrifty Business with Jay and A. I'm your one host, Vegas Jay.
And I'm Philly Nay.
And we have a special guest, one you probably know because she's been hanging out with us forever now. It's Margaret Collier, a.k.a. Texas Gal Treasures. What's happening, Margaret? How are you tonight?
I'm awesome. Thanks for having me on again.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
I've been watching you do your jewelry jars. I think it'll be a fun topic tonight to talk about with everybody. Plus, you can kind of see over here, I dumped out 2 jars. I've been going through it. So I'm not excited about this yet. So maybe you can get me excited.
I'm going to get you guys excited. Let's do it.
All right, cool. So just hang tight, and we'll be back with you in a little bit. If I can turn off your stuff. There we go. All right. It is time for... Oh, dear.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear. There we go. It's time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Each week I drink a different rum out of a different tiki mug. So this week, my wife was kind enough to buy me this bitchin' rum for either Christmas or my birthday. Brugal is a rum I like. And this is kind of their higher end. It's called 1888. So it's my first time drinking it. It's amazing. And I always try and match something with our guest. And Margaret lives in Texas. And even though it doesn't exist anymore, there was a Trader Vic's in Texas, in Dallas, matter of fact. It was one of the best. I never got to it, unfortunately. Doesn't exist anymore. So I'm drinking out of a Trader Vic's mug tonight. And my little tip is pretty much anything Trader Vic's, pick up. Now, some's worth hundreds of dollars and some's worth 12, but Trader Vic's is a good brand name to know and to always pick up. So I'm gonna have a little sip, and then Nadine seems to want to throw in on my tiki time.
Yeah, I have something to contribute. So I am drinking this tonight, and it's a Philadelphia Brewing Company Winter Wonder Spiced Ale, and on the label, if you can see, there is a redhead. So I am honoring the 2 redheads tonight. So this is in honor of Margaret and I, and I have poured it into a special mug. Do you recognize this one?
I do. It is.
Yeah. So
the one you bought for me, actually.
It's the one I bought from you. When and where?
You bought it for me for Thrift Hunters something or other.
Yeah, this mug was part of the Thrift Hunters TV show, and I did buy it from Jason, and it did make a little cameo on Thrift Hunters. You actually showed it for me in your sold. Yeah, so cheers to the redheads, and thank you for my lovely Jekyll and Hyde mug, which I hope I don't break during the show.
Oh no, there's no sippy top to it. Oh no.
It actually sits in my curio cabinet now, so I actually had to take it out of there and wash it, and so hopefully it'll make it back in one piece.
All right, now it is time for... Oops. It's like I forgot how our show was all of a sudden. I don't have my thing off. It is time for... Today's breast cancer update and fact of the week. How you doing, Nadine?
I'm doing okay. I still have some kinks to work out with my current insurance issue. So I'm kind of on hold until February 1st with getting some tests done and stuff. However, I have an oncology social worker that has proved herself useful because she did get me in with a psychiatrist, and I talk about this openly. I do have depression as well as cancer, and they do kind of go hand in hand. And I want to talk about that a little bit tonight. I have a little graphic there to bring up. Oh, it's up already? Okay. So basically this study was done in 2006, so it's a little old, but basically it's saying that 1 in every 10 of women are diagnosed with major depression that have breast cancer. And I had pre-existing depression too, so that just compounded it. But they're actually saying that it's probably more common to have breast cancer and depression, or any kind of cancer and depression, because for obvious reasons, cancer will bring that on, whether you're prone to it or not. So I did go to the psychiatrist today. I'm getting some meds tinkered around with a little bit. Things have been better, but they could get better. So it's just a challenge with my cancer medication and the antidepressants that I'm on. So that's what we're dealing with, but I'm getting it taken care of. And I just want to speak out about it openly, because I know that, there's a lot of other people out there that are in my shoes. So that's it.
All right, cool. I mean, not cool, but
Well,
that was a bad segue. Cool, cancer and depression. That's fun.
Yeah, yay.
All right, I'll try. I'll do it. I'll redo that. Well, I'm glad you're getting help. There, is that better?
Thank you. Yes, and I'm hanging in there.
Look, I got to tell you right now before we go on, Google, YouTube changed how everything works, and it's really thrown us for a tizzy. So I'm still trying to figure it all out, and that's why I accidentally just said cool after the depression discussion. Sorry about that. It was definitely not intentional.
Yeah, I know. We don't have our cool.
Yes, I'm a little out of sorts. So, all right, let's get into it. Right. It's time for our scores of the week. And I got to tell you, I have had one of the crappiest weeks. Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I don't hear any audio on you, so I think your audio dropped out. If you can hear me, can you hear me?
I hear you just fine.
I can't hear you at all. I don't think anybody can hear you. So
right,
I can hear Jason.
I assume we're gonna fix that. And
Margaret hears
Jason,
me.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I think Jason is trying to fix his audio.
It's you, Nadine.
Nadine, can you hear me?
He's coming back, I think.
No,
I
it's
hear you,
But
Nadine.
anyway, so
it is Nadine.
you can hear him?
I can hear
Okay,
him.
everybody hears Jason. I can't hear Jason, which is a problem.
It's your end. All right, so I'll start on the scores then.
Me.
And May is a little lost in the weeds. Now,
So let me
I had a crappy week.
and see what's going on.
Okay, I need May to stop talking. Stop talking. I had a crappy week, but the good thing was I was doing inventory, so I really didn't care that I had a crappy week. It didn't bother me. Now going forward next week, I'll really kick it into high gear. But, to not have a great week this week, no big deal. All right, I did sell a few things and a couple little tips. This was in my store for quite a while. It wasn't, my old assistant did it. The title wasn't great, so while I was doing inventory, I cleaned up the title, and I dropped the price a little bit, and it sold like that. So there's something to be said for refreshing your title and changing your price a little bit. So it's a Tory Richards shirt. Cotton Lawn is what they make.
You guys can hear me?
Yes, do you hear us?
All right. I'm going to, hold on a second.
Cotton Lawn is very soft, and it's a good selling point, so get it in your title. All right, this is just a fun little one. Only sold for $19.49, but it was How to Do the Thriller Dance. So I thought that was a cute little fun shirt. I think I paid like $2 for it. Sold for $19.49. And hey, you know what? Christmas is way over, but it's still selling. So I sold this for $23.39. I paid $3 for it. And two little tips. Anything as white as this, take it on a black background. It really pops nice. And because this moves and sings, you definitely want to have a video in your listing. And then my last score, again, Christmas. I sold this Christmas CD this morning. It is January 12th, and two of my scores this week are Christmas items. So it's always a nice treat to see the Christmas stuff keep selling well after the Christmas holiday. All right, so I'm going to, while we're waiting for Nadine to come back in, I'm going to hop right to my duds, and then we'll come back to her stuff, obviously. So Gary Larson, Far Side stuff, used to do quite well, and maybe if I would have done a better picture on an all-black background, it would have been better. But this was actually from Thrift Hunters. So I was in my store for a couple of years, and it sold for $12 with free shipping, and I had to really beat the guy up to get him to give me $12. He was making me like $8 offers. I'm like, dude, it has free priority shipping. I can't go $8, even though I wanted to get rid of it. So we agreed on $12. And there it went. So I sat in my store for far too long. And when I got this Far Side mug, it was, Far Side stuff was doing still very well. And I was very shocked it never sold, but I was happy to see it go, bye-bye, $12. And this one surprised me. It was one of those where right place, right time, right eyes. This is a metal license plate frame for the Fast and the Furious franchise, which is a huge, huge franchise. The new movie's coming out. So when the last movie came out, I remembered I'd had this from the first movie. And, you know, everyone knows Paul Walker got killed before the movie came out. And so it was a totally fun movie. It's a very sad ending. I defy any guy to tell me they didn't tear up at the end of that movie if you're a Fast and Furious fan. So I had this up before that movie came out, thinking it would sell. It didn't. It sat around forever, and it just sold this week. So, you know, I made a couple bucks, and actually I got it free. I got it at a record store I was working at, so it was all profit, but it just sat around for far too long. So let me see if I think Nadine's restarting her whole computer. All right. Fun to have technical issues. Hey, Margaret, you want to hop in here for a sec? Since Nay is MIA for a minute here.
Hey,
There you are. How are you?
good. How are you?
Good. I was going to prep your scores at the end because I have so many windows open already. But since we're having a little Nay's gone in the weeds,
I was just
bring
doing
up
a
a couple of
live
your
video
scores, shall
on
we?
Instagram, so I'm glad you didn't catch me in the middle of that.
Oh, I was like, I'm turning her camera on. I hope her clothes are still on.
You never know. You never can tell.
Yep. All right. Let's open up some of these scores of yours. And you gave me a link that went to Nowheresville. It said,
Yeah.
that link's no
That's
good.
why I sent you screenshots instead. I was like,
Okay. All right. So let's talk about your scores, and we'll just go a little
Okay.
out of order here. So, you know, it happens.
That's cool. All right. Are you? I can't see what's up on the thing.
It is a pin of like 5 sisters, a brooch.
Yeah. Okay. So this actually came out of a jewelry jar, and I sold this a couple weeks ago. So because it came out of the jar, it probably costs less than $1. I'm opening up my screen here so I can see exactly what it sold for. But this sold, and it was just like a mixed metal abstract pin. It sold for $34.99. So
That is damn impressive.
yeah, if you're looking at your jars and just thinking it has to be gold or silver, no, not at all. Other stuff will sell and make that money. So this pin paid for the jar and then some. So
Cool. All right. So there's that one. And then this awesome amber ring. That's pretty bitchin'.
yeah, this one I actually got at a garage sale. I got a lot of amber and turquoise stuff. I walked up, the lady had this stuff in a box, and I was asking her how much just for all of it. And she was like, $10. And I was like, okay. So I think a lot of people don't recognize what amber is. So this ring, I probably spent $1 or $2. I have to go back and look, but it sold for $78.99.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that picture, I'm like, oh, that's some pretty cool amber. Yeah.
Yeah. So be on the lookout because some people don't know what it is. Yeah.
This this collar pin,
Yeah.
I would have never looked twice at this.
No. And a lady had posted a picture of the things from her jar that she found. And I was like, that pin, that's going to pay for the whole jar. And she's like, what are you even talking about? So I had to share a picture of one of these and say that. And she's like, I didn't even know what that was. I picked up a bag of these 3 for 10 cents.
Okay.
And they sell for $20 a pop for me. $19.99 is what the price I put on them.
That little guy thing. Very nice. Can you hear us,
Yeah.
Nadine? Oh,
Can you
no.
hear us, Nadine?
Yes, I can. And I'm so sorry about that. I don't know what.
We're going to finish up Margaret's scores here, so hang tight.
Okay.
All right, so cufflinks. I definitely would look at cufflinks.
Yeah, these ones I got in a lot, and I think they averaged out to be $2 or $3 a piece. But these ones, they have sat for a bit, but they sold for $54.99.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, remind me to ask you about the amber ring when we get back to you, when we get back to the normal flow of the show. Okay, that's mine. All right, cool. Well,
Okay.
Thank you for filling in for a few moments.
Yes, I'm so sorry about that. I don't know what
I am
happened.
no substitute. I'm no substitute.
You did great,
I
and we'll
just
get back to Nate's scores now. All right, thanks,
Okay.
Margaret.
Okay. Yes, I had to restart. That was the only way to fix it. I don't know what happened.
All right, so I've done my scores and duds. Margaret's done her scores.
Okay.
So here's your scores. By the way, I want
Okay.
to point out real quick, Nate's scores this week crushed my scores.
Oh, wow. Thank you. So this is this Houston Rockets. It's my first snapback baseball cap. It's my first hat like this that I've sold. And I have to credit our friend Christine with this because this was some of the inventory that she sent me. And it sold for 37. I did have it up for $59.99. I got an offer for $37.99 and I took it. And I think that was fantastic. So, and
Awesome.
this is this yarn is Noro, and it's a silk and wool blend yarn. Noro is a Japanese brand of yarn. It's a very high end, well sought out brand. So if you ever see Noro, grab it. And I had these up for $79.99, which was a little, a little ambitious, but I accepted an offer for $52, and that was just for those 5 little skeins. So. And this one was, I actually sold it once for the full $59.99 plus shipping. It was 5 pounds, so it did have to go. I sent it FedEx Smart Post, so that's why the shipping shows us so expensive there. But it was in my Goodwill case without the glass. It was right there, and it was $15. But I looked it up real quick when I was online, and I saw that it was selling for $40 and up. So I priced it for $59.99. Somebody bought it that same night. They paid, and then I woke up in the morning to a cancellation request. They said they changed their mind. So I relisted it. I canceled it, relisted it, and I sold it again for the full $59.99 plus shipping. So that was a great flip, and it was really quick. Within a week I sold it. So this one I've had in my store for a little while, but I think Jason, I think this is one that I actually asked you about when I was buying it, but you probably don't remember. I remember I bought it at my Goodwill for $3.99.
Hawaiian loungers from Sears. That's awesome.
Yep, and it was a great polyester material, and it had like a rib texture to it, and it sold for $34.99. So that was easy to ship. It went first class. So, and
all right,
that's it. I think.
Those are your scores. Yeah, and so I've already done my duds, but we didn't do the graphics, so I was waiting for you. So let's get the graphic up here.
Okay.
And it is time. It's time for Nay's Duds of the Week. Let our mistakes not be yours.
All righty.
All right, so first dud that's my dud. There's your dud.
Okay. And I can't, oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, this Fusillo counted cross stitch. I had it in my store forever, for so long that it was at the bottom of one of my bins. When I had to find it. It was one of those items I had to dig for, and it sold for $11.95 with free shipping. It went first class, so not bad, but really, just not a great sale for something that sat in my store for probably years. And this, for some reason, I don't know if Tommy Bahama has tanked or if it's just the Tommy Bahama perfume that's tanked, but I found this in my thrift store. I thought it was new, wrapped up. I thought it was going to be, great. I think I paid like $8 for it, which was probably too high. And I can't sell it for $24.95 for anything. So nobody wants it.
Nobody wants it. So very sad.
Yeah, so...
All right, you've seen our scores, you've seen our duds. Now it is time for closing cards of the thrifty kind. Was yours today?
Mine actually was today, yeah.
Yeah, so was mine. So it was so funny that both our thrifting cards, and I actually had one lined up, but this one was funny on a couple of counts because mine happened while I was in a thrift store on the phone with Nadine. So it's all kind of like, I'm in the vortex, man. So
that's really funny. Yeah, I remember.
Man and I were talking, and I was walking to the back of the Savers where the electronics is, and a lady plugged in a vacuum. Now, anytime you buy any electronics at every thrift store, there's going to be an outlet. Plug it in, make sure it works, duh. But once you plug in a vacuum and you hear it suck things up, that's all you need to check. So here she is, and she plugged it in, and she started vacuuming the floor, and 10 seconds went by, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, half a minute. Nate and I are still talking. I'm thinking, I probably should be videoing this 45 seconds. At the minute mark, I went to I turned my phone to take a picture, and she was just shutting off. She vacuumed that back corner for a minute.
So she was cleaning for them.
Oh, yeah. She was making sure it worked really, really well. So, yeah. So she was going to buy that vacuum cleaner, and then I was sucked up nastiness from a thrift store.
That's funny.
All right, there's yours.
Yeah, so mine, I just happened to pop into my Goodwill today really quick, and I wasn't even in there for 5 minutes, honestly. So this guy was hilarious. So you see he's got, I assume he had like major dreads under that wrap, and he had on like he was like all like Rasta dude, you know. So not only did he look the look, but I have video. And Jason's going to play the video, which is hilarious. He had in his pocket a portable, you getting the video there?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
All right. So I'll just go. He had in his pocket a portable, one of those USB speakers. Let's just play the video, and then I'll explain that.
Oh, I don't think we're going to be able to hear it. That's the problem.
Oh, no. Darn.
All right, hang on. I think it pulls off. Hang on.
I wonder if I played on my phone at the... it's not going to... Because I have some audio on my phone, so I can...
Nope.
Okay. All right. So you can see him... he's kind of he's standing there, and then all of a sudden he kind of starts dancing a little bit, and then yeah, so you can kind of see him, and then I go to the side, and you can see him a little better, but on my phone I actually have the audio here, which is hilarious. Okay, so here's the audio that goes with it. You can just... Can you hear it? So he had, all right, that wasn't, so anyway, what he had, the funny part was that he had this, you can hear the thrift store music, but if you listen really close, you can hear something else. So he had his own reggae music portable with him. And it was, you know, like how the back in the 80s, they carried the big beat boxes. Well, he had the modern form of that. He had a big, huge USB speaker in his pocket. It was enormous. And he was just jamming to his reggae music, and it was blasting. It was so loud that you could hear it throughout the whole store, even though they had their own music on. And he was just rocking out to it. It was so funny. He was just so he just had his own thing going on, and the cashier and I were laughing about it too. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I've seen him in here before. He always has his music with him." And what happened now?
Jason's gone.
Jason's gone. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Now what do we do? Next.
Well.
Oh, I was muted. My bad.
Oh, you're muted. Okay. I thought you were gone. And then I don't. Okay. So
that was my bad. Let's try this again. I'm so sorry about that.
So,
our thrifty tips of the week. Little tips and tricks when you're at the thrift store, things to look for, stuff like that. So mine is, when that thing's nagging in your brain, turn around and go get it. So if you don't know what a Yeti is a giant metal cup that you put your liquid in and your ice, and the ice will stay there for 24 hours. Pretty amazing cup. I have the budget version called RTIC, but I saw this hat hanging on the rack, and I'm like, will someone really wear a Yeti cooler hat? And I passed it, and I left it. And then about 6 hats later, I found his twin. And then I realized, they're new with tags. So a quick search of eBay shows these hats sell quite frequently for about $20. So really? I picked up 2 for $2 each, and they're the same hat, so just list a quantity of 2. So when that thing's nagging in your brain, turn around.
Good tip. And my tip is just... if you can see, is my picture up on the screen
Yep.
there? Okay, so my tip is, you can see here, I wear my North Face hoodies. I have Gap hoodies. I've got, I have a Vegas hoodie, and that's like my equivalent of PJs. I am always in my hoodies in the winter here. It's cold, and a lot of other people love their hoodies too. So my tip is, if you find hoodies that aren't too beat, even if they have some wash wear, and they're in pretty decent shape, get them, because people will pay for their beloved hoodies. North Face is one good brand, even Gap, even some of the not so, like Under Armour sells. So all of, buy your, and also if you find, like college ones, like university, and college gear, buy those, because somebody will buy them, and everybody loves hoodies. They never go out of style. So.
And hoodie is spelled two different ways, and I try and fit them both in. Hoodie and Hoody.
Yes.
Bonus tip from me. All right, now it's time for... You have got to be shipping me. Renee and I give you tips and tricks on what to do and what not to do when shipping products. Our Shipping Me segment is brought to you by Bubble Fast, a family-owned business providing quality shipping supplies to the online community since 1999. Bubble Fast, the internet's home to shipping supplies. And don't forget, if you plug in JNA when you ring out, you get 10% off your entire order. JAYANDNAY. All right. So this happens a lot with big companies. They don't care about waste, but it's always amazing to me. So I just want to remind you guys, you don't need a way bigger package than the item you're shipping. I got this yesterday. I ordered some eBay supplies. You can see how big this is. Wait till you see what's in it. You ready?
Okay.
This is what's in it. Let's see how much waste we have here. This fits right about there. This is all waste. So make sure your package size kind of matches the product size. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy. So my shipping tip is, I talked about the Colombo DVD set that I sold, that I had shipped at Smart Post, FedEx Smart Post. Well, some post office will take Smart Post packages, but mine won't. So, and they won't bend on that rule. So I have to go to the post office, and then FedEx, there's a FedEx location I live in the city, so everything's close. So it's not like I really have to drive far, but it's still like maybe 5 blocks away. So it's out of my way. I don't really need to be driving there and then to the post office. So what I did this time is, on my way, and if you live in a city or a major metropolitan area like I do, it's a lot easier, but I do this often. I saw a FedEx truck parked on the street as I was going to FedEx. I pulled over, I flagged the driver down. I said, "Here, this is paid for. Can you take it?" And he said, "Yes, of course." And I have done that as well with the post office. There's been times when the post office is closed, and I will drive around my street and find one of the USPS trucks and give the driver my package, and also UPS. So you can, the drivers will take the packages for you. So that's another alternate to actually going to the post office or going to FedEx, or, flag down a driver with a truck.
Flag them down.
Yep.
All right. Now it is time for... topic of the week. And this week, our question was submitted by Rose Jackson. So thank you very much, Rose. Hope you're watching tonight. At what point do you decide it's beneficial to open an eBay store, and why? And why? All right, let me get the timer up. Boom. All right, you are off and run and go.
So basically, if you're just going to run auctions in the beginning and kind of get your feet wet on eBay, I would say, you don't necessarily have to open up a store at first, but I think everyone should at least start with the basic store. And here's why. We know that buy it now sells better, and you get a certain number of free listings. You get a lot of perks with the store. You get free marketing tools. You get your your dashboard, which has all kinds of bells and whistles on it, and you can track your inventory, you can track your sales, you can see how you're doing, you know, it just gives you so many tools. And really the basic store is for what you get per month. It's really not much. Now you should upgrade your store. I think it was like 500 listings I upgraded, and I'm in the middle tier store now, and that's fine for me. I'm at about 1,000 listings average. So
going strong.
I know I was.
Okay, I'm going to read you two things. You ready?
Okay.
I disagree.
You disagree this time.
I just agree. I said just agree last week, ladies and gentlemen, because I re-listened to it. I did not say disagree, but I did run it together. But
just agree.
Just agree. So
sounds like disagree. Okay.
Yes. All right. Let me do my thing. Yeah, you should get a store right away. Once you've gotten over the hump of being a new seller and you've got your 10, 15 items up and selling, and they start to raise your limits, get into the basic store right away, get your feet wet, get to understand it, and because you want to ramp up right away. Most everyone watching, most of our guests, they're all in the middle store. Now we have a few guests, Lynn Drowley, my lifeguard Teresa Cox. They're in the big dog store because they've got thousands of items. Vicky Pink Panther's got thousands of items too. But most of us get to that middle store. It gives us 1,000 listings. It gives us 100 auctions. And the best two things: markdown manager to put your stuff on sale, and vacation stays. Now both those things are in every level store. So once you get that, you go on vacation. You really got to do nothing else. Just turn your vacation settings on. It's like magic. But you should get into it right away. Plus, you can brand yourself, as Nadine said, market yourself too. So that's kind of the reason you want to get into it as soon as possible. Nice.
Wow, you came in right on.
Yeah, I saw a ticket. And I'm like, I'm done. Oops. There we go. All righty. Now it is time for the good, the rad, and the ugly, because we all know that ugly sells, and the uglier, the better. I had other things ready to go. I found mine today. It is thebomb.com. I guarantee you're going to love this.
I don't know. I think I have the uglier item. I don't know. I think you got some stiff competition tonight, I'm telling you.
All right, good. Hey, chat, who's got the uglier, crazier thing?
Oh, I think I'm going to win this one hands down.
I'll go first. You ready?
Yeah.
It is a terry cloth, blue, with red piping around the neck. I Heart Jazz pool cover-up. From 1979.
Okay.
All right, that's a contender, isn't it?
Oh, I win, hands down.
All right, let's see it.
So I have this lovely dress that I actually had to go get in my storage unit today because I knew that this was gonna. So it has this lovely collar. It's got the puffy sleeves, and it's this lovely bar cloth floral fabric.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's this bar cloth fabric all the way down. It goes down to about it does fit me. It's a little bit tight though, and it's very uncomfortable too with this neck. So I was actually debating on wearing it tonight, and I was like, I don't think I can survive the whole show in it. But there you go. That's pretty ugly, right?
That is pretty ugly.
And it's about calf length on me. So, and I'm about 5'8", so yeah.
All right, mine's cool. Yeah, it's one of them decals, and it says 1979 right on it. There's no tag. I don't think it's homemade, just based on the it seems too fancy with the red.
So
the
here's the hilarious thing. This I believe is homemade too. Because look, there's no tags or anything, and if you look at the inside, you can see from the stitching there. That's totally homemade. So I think mine is so I don't know. I'm gonna try to sell this thing. I was actually thinking of converting it into a cooler dress, like with a V-neck, but I think I'm just going to sell it as is.
Yeah, it's pretty bitchin'. All right, now it's time for our last little segment. Jason, J&A's mini thrift hauls. This is a little preview of our next haul, which will be sometime in the next few days. I hit the thrift store today, and so what we're going to do is show you 2 quick things and tease you a little bit. So if you tune into our next haul, I will explain why this piece of wood got me all excited. Really excited, and why you should keep your eyes out for pieces of wood just like this. Some of you may know, my mom will know, is one of them. But this is a pretty cool find. Like, I saw it and I ran. That's how cool I thought it was. And again, my mom will know. So Mom, don't spoil the fun. If you do not recognize this brand by the look, you should. And it's a great brand to pick up and sell. And we'll discuss this brand and keywords you can use during the next haul. So, but I saw this right away and knew exactly what the brand was.
Okay.
So there's my little teaser for the next haul.
All right, so I have my 2 items here, and this one I got at my local Goodwill, and I'm covering up the part that gives it away, if anyone knows. I saw this little gold thing hanging there, and that was what caught my eye, and I knew right away what it was. So this is not an ordinary case, I'll say. Yeah, so, and then I also have these wonderful shoes. Now there's 2 selling points to these shoes. And it's not the color. Color's pretty cool, but it's not the color. There are 2 things that are going to sell these shoes really well. So, I'll be showing them on the next haul too. And cool. I paid $8.99 for these, and they were well worth it. So.
All right, cool. There's your little tease for our next haul. All right, real quick before we get Margaret in here, if you are in the LA, Orange County, Southern California area, next Saturday, January 21st, I am vending at the 5th anniversary of the original Tiki Marketplace. It goes from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's only $10 to get in, but with that $10, you get a cocktail, a raffle ticket, and there's live Hawaiian entertainment all day. There's 30-plus vendors. There's tiki carvers, mug makers. I'm selling a bunch of mugs. Matter of fact, here's what I'm selling. So here's some of the stuff. And I decided to go on quantity this time instead of trying to, like, get top dollar. Everything you see is either $5 or $10. Everything. So I want to blow out a lot of stuff because I have a lot of stuff. So if you're in the Southern California area, it is at the Elks Club in Garden Grove, which is right outside Anaheim. 10 to 3, come down and say hi, and let's toast a Mai Tai together. How's that sound? Sound fun?
Awesome. Very cool.
I think it sounds fun. All right. Speaking of fun, I know who's fun. Let's get fun in here, shall we?
Oh, yes. We don't forget to. We wanted to make an announcement about the winners later.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So if you. So if you were in our during our holiday party show, we gave away some prizes. And if you are one of those winners, we have some unclaimed prizes. So if you're one of those winners, please message either Jason or myself, and we remind us of what you won, and we will make sure that we get that out to you. So please claim your prizes.
Now. We can get our guests in here. Hey, it's oops, I don't have her up there. Hey, it's Margaret Collier, Texas Gal Treasures. Hey, Margaret.
Hey. I'm just letting you know I'm going to need more than 20 minutes.
No. All right. Well, we're going to get right to it. So why are you here tonight, Margaret? What are we talking about?
We are talking about jewelry, and in specifically jewelry jars.
All right. So I went out today because I thought it'd be cool. And so here's the 2 jars I found. Together they were $17, and quickly that I better dump them out and sort them before the show, because if I try to do it on the show would be like a mini series. It'd be like 9 hours long.
Totally.
Because it's crazy. So I got most of it sorted, but go ahead and tell us about jewelry jars, why you should pick them up, what you found, blah, 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 blah.
I like how you're describing that, because blah, blah, blah is about right, right? So yeah, I pick up jewelry jars. I have some that I hoard them for a rainy day. I do. I have a few behind me. I do. I hoard them. So what was the question again? why you should pick them up?
Yes.
One, you can make some really good money on them. And some people, you think it's a bust if you don't find gold or silver, but I have found a ton of really awesome costume jewelry. I was telling you guys earlier that, I sold a plastic bead necklace for $12.99 that I got out of a jar. So there's money to be made there.
Oh, absolutely. Now, give us a couple tips and then we'll dive into what I found.
Okay. So a couple tips. When I look for jars, one, I don't buy the jar unless I see something in the jar that I think will make me my money back.
Ooh, that was my problem. I didn't look hard enough.
Yeah. I look. Like I picked one up today, and the reason I bought it was because I saw a pair of cufflinks in it. The jar was $12.99. I knew my baseline for cufflinks was $9.99, so I knew that was at least going to get me most of the way there with those cufflinks. So everything else would pretty much be just extra. Some jars like this, there was a jar that these earrings were literally stuck to the tape on top of the jar, and these earrings are gold, yellow and white gold earrings that were stuck right up to the tape. So what are you showing me? What are you doing?
No, I'm getting ready. Keep going.
Oh, you're getting ready. Okay. So now you made me lose my train of thought because I don't have what's presenting.
I didn't make you do nothing. You just started paying attention to what I was trying to do behind the scenes.
So, Margaret, I think the key that you were saying is that when you're looking in the jar, find at least one item that you know that you're going to make your money back.
Right. So, this is a relatively small jar. I paid $17.99 for it. But when I was looking at it, I was like, okay, I see this bracelet. I know it's not real silver probably, but I see this like inlaid out, abalone shell. So that piece for sure I can probably sell for, $20 or more. So that'll make it up. And then this whatever this is, necklace or bracelet, I'm not sure about it being real turquoise, but I don't see any white, which would make it like something called howlite. That's another story. So, that would give me another, maybe that would be real turquoise if I took a better look at it. We'll see. So, yeah, finding something that will make your money back for sure.
Stacy has a question in the chat. Does your jewelry sell mostly on Etsy or eBay or both?
Both. I cross-post almost everything. If it's vintage. If it's not vintage, it just goes on eBay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I had an idea to do a jewelry cam, and I needed a piece of black velvet. And the first Savers I stopped in, there was a piece of untouched black velvet just sitting there waiting for me.
Yeah, that was awesome. And then you asked me more about different fabrics that were there.
Yep. So here's our jewelry cam, and this is not rare nor exciting, but it is from Caesar's Palace, and I do have a guest bedroom here that is all Vegas stuff. However, and I won't show the back, this is Tahoe. But so this was sadly one of the coolest pieces in the jars.
Yeah, that's
I don't know if that's even worth selling, Margaret, but it is heavy. Obviously it's not real gold, but it is heavy. It is not cheap plastic.
I think you should wear it.
Yeah, bling it out. I have a story about real gold and not real gold, or marks, etc. So, first of all, when you see something with a mark, it doesn't necessarily mean it's like really silver or really gold. But then again, you might see something that doesn't have a mark that turns out to be real gold. And this happened just today. I bought a pair of earrings from a girl in our jewelry group. And she listed them on eBay, and as soon as she listed them, she sent me the link because she knew I was interested. And here, I'll show you. So these were the earrings like that, and I saw them and I was like, I love them, I want them. And so when she listed them, I bought them. I got them yesterday, and I started looking them over, and I said, I I don't think these are costume jewelry. I think these are, really something. So I started testing them. They weren't magnetic. And so I thought, you know what, let me, I looked at them with my loop, and the pearl, there's something on the, anyway, it looked like a real pearl. So I started testing them, and they tested out for me for 14 karat gold. So I took them, I messaged the girl at the time and said, look, I think these are really real gold earrings. I want to send you some more money, but I'm going to take them to the jeweler to get them double checked. And sure enough, took them today, and he tested them out at 12 karat gold. So what the heck's? Oh, you're muted. Okay.
Had a bug. Had a bug.
Okay. So yeah, he tested them out at 12 karat gold. So, be aware. And she even said she took them to a jeweler. The jeweler didn't test them because they didn't have a mark. But they ended up being, 12 karat gold vintage earrings. So just because it doesn't have a mark, it's still worth checking them out. Yeah.
Very cool. So somebody's asking, what's the magnet do? And, a lot of us aren't sure what to do with the magnet. So if you could explain that a bit.
Sure. Okay. This is my little go-to bag. And in it, I have my magnet, and I have my
keep
loop.
your Pall Malls?
My Pall Malls. This was my grandmother's. Don't even mess. Okay.
See, I know. My grandmother had one that she ever smoked. Get her Bel Airs in it. Bel Airs.
Yeah. Mine was Benson and Hedges. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. All right. Okay. So yeah. So the magnet, if it's not magnetic, it doesn't mean that it's gold or silver, but it's like it takes it to the next level for me. So when I check it and there's no magneticity, then I think, okay, now I'm going to go test it,
Okay.
Which is why before I suggested people, if you're getting into jewelry, think about getting a gold testing kit at home. But now when I messaged her and I was like, you've got to get a gold testing kit, because because she listed them on eBay for $35, and I bought them for $35. And when I just if we were just to scrap them for the 12 karat gold, they would have been worth $192 scrap.
Wow.
And that's a huge difference.
That's amazing.
This has nothing to do with jewelry jars, but one of the first times I ever met Griff, he was teaching a class, and he showed us he had bought a pin on eBay that they didn't know what it was. They called it balloons. Balloon pin. He realized that it was a rare pin by some special maker, and it was cherries. They had it upside down, and they didn't know what the hell it was.
Oh.
So Griff paid like $8.99, got it, turned it the right way where the cherries are hanging from the stem, and listed it with the correct keywords and sold it for like $150.
Yeah, for sure.
And jewelry is tiny. It's easy to ship, so it's one of those things where if you've never done it, and speaking of, let's go to the jewelry cam. I found this is a pretty cool little with the
that's kind of cool.
That'll make your money back. What are you talking about? That's awesome.
Yeah, that's very cool.
That's pretty neat. I do like the flamingo necklace. And I was excited for a second for this. Nice pocket watch. But the thing to open it, the little push down thing is broke. And I tried forever to get like something stuck down in the hole to open it, and it will not open.
Here's what you do. You list it as mystery pocket watch.
All right.
There could be something inside. You know.
And I thought this was pretty cool.
That's
a little owl, and he's got.
I have a very similar necklace to that, and it's just costume jewelry, but it's
That's cute. But that's the thing. Even costume jewelry can make that money back.
Yep.
I was telling you before the show, I sold a plastic bead necklace from the jar, plastic, for $12.99.
So now, when and Margaret's gonna back me up on this in about 2 seconds, there's gonna be a lot of crap. There's gonna be junk. So here's a good example. Crappy ring from the mall, and it's broken.
Yeah, you got a lot of broken stuff.
But I did get one good screw. So I got a good screw.
And I was like, everybody likes a good screw. Come on.
A good screw.
Yeah, that's a joke.
I have a nice polished rock.
What kind of rock is that? Hang on. You don't know. Hey,
I do not know.
You don't know. That's the thing. I collect rocks. Yeah.
Do you like this rock?
I don't know that rock. There's
right.
a glare.
But then there's a lot of junk like
Okay, yeah, that's
a
like
string necklace with a peace symbol.
yeah, that's like gumball machine
A
necklace.
little American Indian pouch, but it's broke, as you can see. The end's not hooked up to anymore. But
That's so cute.
I do have a cute lacrosse dog tag.
There you go.
Yeah.
But here's the winner. Now I hope there is money in PTA pins, like Parent Teacher Association.
Yeah.
Because here's Texas. Hey, look, Texas.
Yeah, yeah.
Texas PTA. Here is Maryland PTA. Here is Louisiana PTA. So I have about 15 PTA pins. Here's a homemade PTA pin.
Yeah, that one's funny with the acorn.
That's from
and we got Texas. I do not have Pennsylvania, but I do have Ohio. That's where I'm from.
Okay.
Well, go on.
Oh, definitely. Go ahead. Sorry, Margaret. Go ahead.
Yeah, when Stacy was on showing us all the PTA pins, I pulled up one that was a California PTA pin that sold for $7 and something cents. So they can,
Well, if I can get $7 out of 20 pins, I'll take it.
And the Texas one ought to go for double.
Now, here's the perfect pin for me. I love me.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, that's
so there was something good. But let's go back to the crap. Here's a keychain where whatever was on it fell off.
There's always some crap. Come on.
Yeah. I am now in first place, though, so that's cool.
That will sell.
You think?
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Mm.
And if your kid's playing t-ball and they suck and you want to give them a medallion, look at it even spins.
No. Stacy said that's going to make your money back.
Yes, she did when you were out of the room. Yeah. So.
But the one bummer in this, and here's what I don't understand about the thrift stores. They know this watch is broke. Why put it in there?
Because some people have kids that say, here, take this apart and see what you find inside.
This watch, battery don't work. There ain't no watch to it. This one, it is taped together with Scotch tape.
Wow, you have a lot of broken
Yeah,
stuff.
this part just comes off, see?
Oh,
so
my.
let me tell you, that's the kind of stuff you can just throw away.
I have got a catch-all for crappy watches, and I'm going to do a crappy watch lot. I'm not going to call it that, but I'm going to call it like, hey, your kid wants to be an engineer. Have him take apart all these watches and see what he can make out of them, or put them back together and who knows what.
So what else are you looking for in the jewelry jars?
Okay, so another thing I check out is when I'm looking through the jar. Here's a pair of earrings. They were not hooked together like this at the time, but when I'm looking around the edges of what you can see, take a look at, I'm sure you probably can't see it, but when you are looking at things, look for something that looks like little scratches, because frequently when there's something that has like a little scratch, it's really a mark that will say, 10K, 14K, or whatever. So I look for things with scratches. And then also, when I start taking apart jewelry like you've got here, I also pull the backs off. So here I've got like a little backing, because sometimes, when a lady has her jewelry in her jewelry box, she's got an earring, it doesn't have a back, so she grabs one off of another earring to pop it on there. So sometimes the backings might be silver or gold, and so I have a little bag that I throw them in because it all eventually rolls up to equal more money. So, if you take it to scrap it. So check those backings as well, pull the backs off.
That's a great tip.
Yeah. And then when I'm looking through there, I look for stuff that looks like this. Not Native American, but just like dark gray, tarnished. It's like dirty. So this is silver, but it's so dirty that it looks like that.
Okay.
So I look for that. And then I always look for amber. I know we talked about amber earlier, but a lot of people don't know what amber is, so they think it's plastic because it kind of has the feel of plastic. So I look for amber. What else? And then this is one of my faves, James Avery, because James Avery's from Texas, and I found James Avery twice in jewelry jars. And if you can see the mark there, I saw the back of this pendant. The other one, I saw the back of the pendant. You didn't see the front of it. But when you know James Avery, it looks like a little candelabra. And so this I saw in there, and it turns out that the leather strap that it's on is worth more than the pendant.
Wow.
Yeah, so this will sell for probably about $50.
Wow. That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah, they sell the leather strap on their website for $44 and the pendant for $39. So I'll probably sell this for $50.
There you go.
Right in the face.
Looks like you've got some nice earrings there, Jay.
So since you showed the Native American, I have this necklace that has a metal feather and what looks to be a real feather. Look at that. Yeah, let's go to the jewelry cam. Here's a problem with these things. Yeah, there's some nice earrings. They're all singles.
They are, really.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Pair.
Yeah, but that's okay because I have I'm not wearing them all, but I have 6 holes in this ear and 4 or 5 in this one. Not even. So I wear different earrings frequently.
This was my favorite, but of course, there's only one.
No, I'm telling you, because some people, like Nay was saying, some guys just have one ear pierced, so they mismatched. So
how about this bomber plane? That's pretty cool, huh?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, okay. What about this gold? It looks like gold colored. I'm pointing at it. It's inside the pink one.
Mm-hmm.
It's
this one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So in one of my jewelry jars, I found 3 gold earrings that didn't have a mate. So that's another thing to look for. This gold ball right there.
Mm-hmm.
Check the stem. Is the stem gold as well? Because they're not going to put a gold earring on a silver tone stem. But if the ball is gold and the bar is gold, I feel weird talking about balls and bars. Gold
balls.
But I'm just saying, they're not going to put a gold ball, a gold earring on a silver tone ball. I'm saying the same word again, but you know what I'm saying. And this looks bad too.
And then the post goes in the hole.
Yeah, it goes in but take a look at it because it could be, somebody lost their other earring. And so they've got this gold earring and I'm looking at the chat now. Yes. And they're like, okay, let's donate it because I don't have the mate. So one of the jewelry jars that I unboxed, I found 3 gold earrings that were singles. So take a look at it.
So somebody
go ahead, Nay.
Somebody in the chat had a good point that there's crafters too who might buy a single earring and turn it into a charm or a necklace. So
true. So one thing I want to show is, it's a little hard to tell, but this is a magnifying desk lamp. So it's a good tool for a lot of things. If you're going to work on jewelry, I can look, and then because I'm somewhat blind still, even with glasses, when you have the magnifying glass and then you add another magnifier to it, man, you can see stuff close. So you go double magnify, and you can see really intricate stuff. And I'm sure the loop will do the same thing. Yeah. But at your desk, it's good to have this because it's a lamp and it's a magnifying glass, and then have a bonus one too.
I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I see that swirly one. The back of it doesn't look like it matches the front of it. So, that's when I would pull the back off and take a look at it and see.
Now there's a bunch of necklaces. Nothing looks fancy, but they look fun. So I don't know how much fun does.
No, it does. I told you that. You could still sell them.
I do like this one. This one's kind of cute. I thought that was one of the cuter necklaces. Here, let me throw it on the jewelry cam.
Oh, you definitely the jewelry. You definitely made your $17 back.
Yeah, I would say. Sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the jewelry cam, shall we?
And that's got shells. It's got some shell.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I like that.
That was pretty cool. And then I'm going to be wearing this. It is.
You're going to be wearing it? I'd like to see what this is.
It is a sexy, sexy belt with S for Smith.
Oh, God. Yeah, but does it actually fit around your big waist?
Thanks for calling me fat. No, I'll wear it as a necklace like this. Boom.
That's okay. Well, there you go.
Thanks for calling me chubby.
Well, I mean.
So what made you buy your first one, Margaret?
Tanya.
All right. Well, Tanya. All right. Thanks.
Okay,
Tanya.
Shelby in the chat took it one step further than I did. So
She had bought a couple, or she had been buying them, and she mentioned them to me, and so I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give it a try. So I went and bought one, and then I was just hooked. And then at that point, I know you were just talking about what tools you need. So I don't know if I should share some of the tools I have. So I don't know.
yeah.
Are you muted? I can't tell. Okay, so
Go ahead,
I saw somebody in the chat ask what else is in my bag of fun. So I have my magnet, and then I have my loop that I carry with me. That's my little loop. It looks like that.
Loop? What?
Loop. We didn't get to my thrifty encounter, and it's already 9 o'clock, and I'm telling you.
I know. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that next, though.
And my dad's. And so this is my, my gold testing kit, which now, because of my earrings, I'm now saying if you're getting into jewelry, you need a gold and silver testing kit. This costs like $35. And if girlfriend, my friend who had sold me these earrings had this, she would have known pretty quickly that she had something. Well, and mine's a bit of a mess, but it's got the different acids in there. Yeah. And rubber gloves.
As it explodes all over you.
Yeah. So, and I have a link in my group. The kit comes with this. It comes with the scale. It comes with a magnet. I think it comes with a loop as well. Another thing that I bought separately was a diamond tester, which has come in handy. And then a ring sizer. So if you're buying jewelry and you're wanting to sell rings, you need a ring sizer. Yes, this is a ring sizer. Don't be dirty. And it'll tell you what size the ring is. So you can post that on your listing.
Yeah, ring sizer. Plus, if nothing else, if you're walking past the mall and you don't have one yet, just walk into Zales or whatever that store is. Go, can I borrow your ring sizer for a quick sec? Yeah. And just drop it on.
Yeah.
So
all
just
right,
oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
No, my ring size is a 3 3/4.
Ooh.
So yeah, so I actually
easy.
I don't even think I'm on the ring sizer grid.
3 3/4?
Yeah, that's my they actually have to make I have trouble finding rings because my fingers are so narrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Margaret's does, and she'll do her thrifty encounter.
Oh, okay. Is it
so
up?
Moo Cow?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So I can't see. I don't even know what's going on. Whatever. So yeah. So so I sold this cow and earring brooch set, and it seems like it's not really a dud because it sold for $24.99, but it has been listed for about 2 years. So I don't know if I should have broken this set apart and sold the cow brooch and the earrings separately or what, but it took about 2 years to sell. So with fees and etc.
2 years.
Yeah.
And then your other dud. Oh, that's like a big diamond.
It looks like a big diamond, but it's not. It's like a cubic zirconia, and it was up for quite a while as well, and it sold for $11.59 on sale. So I was like, yeah, I'll list it. Whatever. I list lots of things. Yeah.
All right. So hang on. I'll even give you the sound effect. Hang on a sec here.
Oh. I can't wait.
Oh my gosh.
Margaret's close encounters of the thrifty kind. All right, okay. Margaret, tell us about your thrifty encounter here.
Yeah, and I called Jay when this happened, like right after. So homeboy, he's walking out of the store in this picture. So I'm in this cart. You can see it kind of down in the corner where they have the like rolly cart where they're pushing out all the stuff to restock the shelves. On the lower portion, okay, this is evening time, right? There's no kids watching, right? So on the lower portion of the shelf, there was a globe which was wedged in there. And I'm trying to pull this globe out to take a look and see like how old it is. There it is. Mm-hmm. So I'm on my knees trying to pull this globe out. My son, who has been sick, but he was well enough to go with me to Goodwill Monday, was with me. He was on the floor next to me, and I'm pulling out this globe. This dude walks over, red pants dude, and picks up a pair of shoes from, there it is, picks up those shoes and says, "Hey, you'd look really good in these."
Oh, no.
First of all, so I say to him, "Dude, don't be weird. I got my kid with me." And I just want to say, guys, here's a dating tip. If a lady is on her knees, that's not the time to try to pick her up, because that's just weird. So I said, "Dude, I got my kid with me." And he says, "Well, do you need some help with that?" Because he sees me trying to get the globe out. And then I say, "No, I'm good." And he says, "Well, if you're going to be that way." And he turns and he walks like straight out of the store. He's
There
gone.
he goes. Bye-bye.
Wow.
Bye-bye, red pants.
Yeah.
Whoa. That was...
Sweatpants. I'm sorry.
So the question on my mind and probably everyone else's, did you buy the sexy shoes?
No.
Yeah, no.
All right, we are a little over our hour, so we're going to wrap it up there. But Margaret, one thing that everyone kept asking in the chat is two things. What's your Facebook group called, and what's your YouTube channel called?
So I have a group called International League of Thrifters. I also have a jewelry group called Jewelry Lovers and Sellers, where we talk jewelry and whatnot. And Facebook is Texas Gal Treasures.
And if you could do me a favor and lean to your left just a smidge. Oh, there's me in the background. I see me.
I had to take you off my phone because my girls went ape shit. Like, who the heck is that on your phone?
Oh, yes. Yes, Margaret won that at Ecom Chicago.
Yes, she bid on it, and the money went to the Breast Cancer Foundation, so that was very cool.
National Breast Cancer Foundation, yes.
Yep.
Very cool.
All right, so thank you, everyone, for tuning in live. The Secret Beachcombers, we're going to be doing the after show with Margaret for you guys in about 2 minutes, so go over to the link for you guys. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. It was a great show. Sorry about a little bit of technical difficulties, but that's just the scratch of the surface. So yeah, I can see how this can become addicting. I see a couple cool pieces in here. I had no home runs, I don't think, but I can see how once you get a home run or two, you're like, oh, this is cool, man. And going through it is kind of like a little Easter egg hunt. You're like, what do I got? What do I got? But I know I need tools. I know I need tools. So thank you, Margaret, for coming on tonight. Thank you, Nadine. And hey, thank you, creepy red pants guy.
Oh, yeah.
Little good story for us tonight.
Right. So do you want to shout out, you're doing a show with your mom on Sunday?
Yeah, I don't have the time yet. Mom and I are going to do a show this weekend because the main thing is it depends on what time the Packers play, and I don't know, and I'm not missing this game. So as soon as I figure this out tomorrow, I will have up the time, and we're going to have a thrift haul probably earlier in the week, next week. And
I've got some things to show, so you do.
Yeah. And I went looking for jewelry jars, and I found a ton of cool stuff. Not a lot, but it was all cool. So.
And we'll be back next Thursday night with Thrifty Business.
I can tell you our guest. Our guest is the CEO of Roadie. So Roadie's an app. Check it out. It's a cool app. It worked perfect for me. And we're going to talk to him about what Roadie is and how it can help you as an eBay seller. All right, Secret Beachcombers. We'll see you in the other link for the after show. Everyone else, we'll see you this weekend on some past your expiration date. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.